Welcome to Facebook for the Blind, your look at the downfall of Western civilization through the best memes we can find each week. Ladies and gentlemen, it is that time of the week that we like to celebrate, Facebook for the Blind. I'm your host, Eric. How are you this evening? Good. Let's get to the news. It has been an exceptionally bizarre freaking week. I mean, I don't know why I even keep saying that, because it's been that way for, I don't know, a couple of years. Several of my friends suggest ever since they turned on the Large Hadron Collider in CERN or whatever. I don't really know. I just know that we are definitely in the least optimum timeline. Another catchy reminder, want to tell you that it is not called Facebook for the Blind unless it comes from the Facebook for the Blind region of Champaign. Otherwise, it is just sparkling memes. It has been a really crazy week in the way of news, of course. Jeffrey Epstein's wing woman, Ghislaine, or we're just going to call it Ghislaine Maxwell, just sentenced to 20 years in prison. So there is a semblance of justice still in the country. There are a lot of pro-lifers all over social media posting pictures of themselves with signs saying, "We will adopt your baby," which is just downright creepy. And Chelsea Handler, who was subbing for Jimmy Kimmel last night, said that it's a lot like when you run into people that you haven't seen in a long time and you tell them, "Oh, we should get together for drinks," but you hope they never, ever text you.
Right.
Anyway, thought it was absolutely stunning. So let's keep going here into episode number 61 of Facebook for the Blind. Can you believe it? Can you believe it? Some of the sillier things that have happened. This lady is back, and I wish she wasn't, but Sarah Bla Bla Huckabee, whatever. She was giving a speech, and because she's running for governor. She's running for governor, and Sarah Huckabee Sanders, after the gubernatorial primary win, said, "We will make sure that when a kid is in the womb, they're as safe as they are in a classroom."
Which is so is she saying she's pro-choice?
I
don't know. I don't know where she stands on abortion after this.
I got the whole thing's very confusing. It's one of those things where you're like, wait, does she know that we know that she knows that she's not the? I can't even do it. So anyway, on and on. Michael Flynn, you remember Michael Flynn, the former Army general. I think he wasn't head of the NSA for a while there. He took the fifth and waited a full minute and a half, I want to say, when he was asked if he believes in a peaceful transfer of power. Yeah. Mike Flynn waited a minute and a half before pleading the fifth when he was asked whether violence on January 6th was justified. And I just almost threw up a little bit in the back of my mouth. The explosive testimony that everybody in the country is talking about is, of course, Cassidy Hutchinson. Her testimony, as Rob Reiner says, has left Merrick Garland no choice but to indict Donald Trump for directing a mob he knew was armed to march to the Capitol and attempt to overthrow the U.S. government. And I concur with Rob Reiner, which feels weird, but okay. Everybody is just basically saying it was an armed coup attempt. That's what Trump wanted. They all knew it. Unfortunately, what everybody in the country is talking about is some other things. He talked about there was a story about lunging at his Secret Service guy to drive the presidential SUV up to the Capitol, and Monica Lewinsky, of all people, posted the distracted boyfriend meme with the red dress girl labeled steering wheel, the boy labeled Trump, and the girlfriend labeled pussy, which I thought was pretty funny.
Monica Lewinsky's fucking funny, man.
She's hilarious.
I follow her on Twitter. She's fucking hilarious.
She's very funny. And I mean, I think, you know what? I think you have to be if you're Monica Lewinsky. I think that is trial by fire, and she's come out hardened. Nope. Ketchup.
She's a friend of the show. If she ever wants a spot on here, just let us know, Monica. We'd love to have her.
That's true. But of course, what everybody's talking about is Ketchup. Cassidy said that on multiple occasions that she had known that the president threw his food at the wall, and that she could see Ketchup on the wall. Friend of the show, Adam Burke, who does spots on Wait, Wait, Don't Tell Me in Chicago and, at mics all around in the Windy City, says the ketchup and the steering wheel are distractions. The lines, "Sir, they're armed," and "they're not going to harm me," is what this movie is about. That's what they need to get corroboration on. And I'm just like, oh, of course. A comedian puts it clearer than anybody in the news media. Why would I even think otherwise? Yeah. No Lie with Brian Tyler Cohen. And if you're not following Brian Tyler Cohen, I mean, really, are you feeling okay? Get some help. Talk to somebody, buddy. Breaking, Clarence Thomas just filed a concurring opinion to Dobbs, calling for the court to consider overturning the right to contraception, same-sex marriage, and privacy in the bedroom. Basically, everything's on the table, and these guys don't care. Friend of the show, Jamie, reposted Leslie Judged at Judgy1. If Coach Kennedy were named Coach Akbar and he had brought a player prayer blanket to the 50-yard line to pray after a game, I've got a 401k that says this illegitimate Christo-fascist SCOTUS rules 6-3 against him. And yeah, everybody pretty much.
No, I would say I think that would be 9-0.
Yeah,
I think the liberals would have actually been against it for the same reasons they were against Coach Kennedy. But yeah, the Christo-fascists would have been against it too.
Yes, absolutely.
That's exactly right.
A lot on that. These are the photos of lots of creepy people with, "We will adopt your baby. We will adopt your baby." These two, I think, were the most famous and got memed to the hilt, deservedly so. Also want to remember that it was George Orwell. His name was actually Eric, and I always liked that. But he went by the pen name of George Orwell, and he would have been 119 years old today. And damn, brother, you called quite a bit of it. Spot on. We always like to end with some animal stories, and I thought I'd pass on this, which is just a dumb raccoon meme. But we've got raccoons climbing a chimney, a raccoon with glowing eyes on your balcony, and raccoons climbing a ladder outside your house. And it says, every raccoon is either planning a heist or in the middle of a heist. Which
is so true.
Fantastic. Oh, one more serious news story I forgot to say. A lot of people talking about deleting your period tracking apps. And even NPR was getting in on the game with period tracking apps, data privacy, and a post-Roe v. Wade climate, because apparently third-party apps aren't covered by HIPAA, and that information can be seized by today's Gilead-esque government or law enforcement. So lots of people are proposing that men download them and just put in whatever silly data they want. Men don't understand period tracking. So I am all for chaotic good actions of chaotic evil. I don't know how to put that. I don't play D&D.
Okay.
Polishing it off, not exactly with an animal story, but with an animal fun fact. Brian Dubois passes along, and Christian Yuyakis boosted it. Christian, friend of the show, thanks for listening. Thank you for being here. You are lovely, and everyone should know it. Brian Dubois said, today I learned there are female penguins who exchange sex for nice rocks. So if you're having a hard day, just remember that hooker penguins exist. Brian Dubois later posted, also, some female penguins have been observed performing the mating dance, but not putting out, and still getting nice rocks. So stripper penguins also exist. That has been the news from Facebook for the Blind for the week of June 29th, 2022. And now on to my amazingly stunning co-host. Look into those eyes. They're just dreamy. Michael,
you have never seen eyes so bland. Yeah, I think Roe v. Wade being overturned, something that we all knew was going to happen, something that the Christo-fascist party of this country called the GOP has told us they were going to do for 5 fucking decades. Still something we have not been able to organize and rally against, and yet in the day has come, Roe has been overturned, and with it, literally every human being in the United States, their privacy is in the air now. But I found hope in this meme here that was brought to us by Salad Days, friend of the show, Salad Days. We love you, Salad Days. Who has a picture of Joe Strummer flipping off the camera, and it says, "This is not the time to be dismayed. This is punk rock time. This is what Joe Strummer trained you for. and that quote is attributed to Henry Rollins. So yeah, I do want to say, in relation to the news before I take off here, one thing that I think has been a big difference between me and a lot of people in my circles and all the people that I see on Twitter is that me and my friends, we do not respect the GOP, and no part of me thinks they're gonna actually win this. I know that we've taken some serious hits here, but the fact of the matter is they're all fucking fundamentalist religious nut idiots, and we can do this. I really know it. I really do. There are very intelligent people all over the country. I have to believe it.
Yep.
But moving on, seems the meme. We got to talk about this. This is a meme. I always forget this actress's name.
Jane Lynch.
Jane Lynch. Jane Lynch is not just an actress. She is an entire mood. This says, Democrats after refusing to codify Roe v. Wade, and Jane Lynch looks serious and says, I am going to create a donation email that is so urgent.
Fuck yeah. Saw a lot of different variations on this theme, man. All good.
Oh yeah. Nothing like they're gonna use every opportunity. Here, this is we'll say two panels. Like in the first panel, Jesus, and he looks like he's talking to a girl wearing pink with pink hair.
Yep.
And Jesus says, love thy neighbor. And the girl looks at him and says, I don't believe in fairy tales. And then in the third column, there's a picture of an astrology book. And it says what you need to know about your zodiac signs, tarot reading, numerology, and something rising.
Yeah.
And the girl in pink is just like smiling. She's super excited. She is all in, hook, line, and sinker for the astrology. I gotta say, I really do like this meme. I have no disrespect for people who are into astrology and crystals and all kinds of paganism. I think there's a lot of beauty there for sure. Yeah. It's just not. Let's just be honest. As human beings, we're gonna do something that involves faith. Like something. Some part of our day is gonna involve faith. This is a picture of a kid wearing braces. No, actually, those aren't braces. That's a backpack. And but he's leaning against a tree and he's looking really rebellious. And in the corner, right next to his head, is a picture of Carmen Sandiego. And the kid says, this is the Hard Times reporting. Punk kid knows his geography, but isn't about to rat out Carmen Sandiego to the cops. Damn right, punk rock. We don't know nothing about nothing. This is something that I thought just kind of captured the moment regarding the January 6th committee and the work that they've been doing to help make more sense, at least help us understand better everything that happened on the days leading up to the insurrection. And it says, all of the people who say Trump is guilty have testified under oath. All of the people who say Trump is innocent refused to testify under oath. That is telling.
Oh, can I tag on that? Did you see what Brett Baer said on Fox News?
I did, but go ahead and
I just thought it was so beautiful. He was just like, Cassidy testified under oath on Capitol Hill. Trump spoke on Truth Social.
yeah, it was a really good point that he made. Like, how seriously do we need to take Trump's response here whenever he put it on fucking Truth Social?
Yeah.
So, there's one really funny thing about Truth Social. They have a warrant canary. A lot of these encrypted social media sites have warrant canaries. And what it is, it's a page you go to, and it says, as of today, no warrants have been served to us, and we've turned over no data to the federal government. And in every day that you look, there's a new date. And if you DM, usually they'll give you a timestamped one just to make sure, that nothing you've put on there has been seized by the government. Truth Socials, it's like dated to like February 2022. Like their warrant canary trackers stopped in February. So they're like so fucking just what a complete just rash website for an absolute trash ex-president. Allie Dixon says, doctor at my checkup asked me if I had, quote, any feelings of depression or anxiety, end quote. And I said, don't we all? And she said, no, LOL. I felt this deeply.
Nice.
Going right back to what Eric was talking about, you know, the picture of the couple standing together saying, we will adopt your baby. Well, here I found this one I found on Counter Social, a website that I really do like. And this is, what's up, Jester? And this is two Borg from Star Trek, and they are staring directly blank-faced like Borgs do, and they're holding a sign together that says, we will adapt your baby.
That's so good.
This is seriously what I see with all those pictures. Like, you know, every single one of those fucking assholes who took a picture like that are Christo-fascist, like just the last fucking people on earth I would ever want to raise a child of mine. Just in the spirit of Christo-fascism, I thought this cartoon should come back this week. And it's a picture of Jesus hanging on a cross, and two aliens have landed and get out of their UFO, and they walk up to the cross, and one alien says to the other, you know what we need to do? We need to get the fuck out of here. That's what we need to do.
Fuck yeah.
John Fritchie, friend of the show, John Fritchie says, Canada must feel like they live in an apartment above a meth lab.
Fuck yeah.
Shit you should care about. Reposting Sarah Runnels, who I really appreciated this. It says, my ideal summer body is one that I have complete control over.
Oh.
That seems right.
Yeah.
Here's a picture of Chuck Norris, who's not a friend of the show. I want to make that very clear. We are not friends with Chuck Norris. Full stop. Chuck Norris is looking very serious at the camera, and he's holding the microphone, and it says, when Chuck Norris tells a joke about Will Smith's wife, Will Smith slaps himself.
Ridiculous.
Glow fuck yourself. Friend of the show, Glow fuck yourself. We absolutely love you. Has a picture of a Nokia 3310. If you remember the Nokia 3310, like just a cell phone way before smartphones. And it says, if you ever feel useless, remember someone made a protective cover for Nokia 3310. And the first commenter says, it was to protect the floor. You couldn't break that phone if you tried.
Nice.
Glow fuck yourself here, and I think I have about maybe two more memes.
Okay.
Glow fuck yourself has a picture of a sandwich, and the label on the sandwich says, and the sandwich is wrapped in foil. It's a sandwich that tastes like sandwich with chicken.
Oh God.
They're not actually claiming that this sandwich has chicken, just that it tastes like a sandwich.
That's hilarious.
JV at Ain't Shit Junior says, I hate humans, bro. I should have been a bike or some shit. Such a weird take. And this is my last meme for this round. And this is the AI generator. You type something in, you push run, and it gives you 9 examples of it.
Love
and
those.
this one says, my dad, but he loves me. And all 9 pictures failed to load.
Oh,
not even,
that one got Christian.
Not even artificial intelligence can make a dad who loves you.
Oh my God. Give us the laughs, people. Jabari, Christian, Nan. Oh, I'll bleep out your names in post, but I want your laughter so bad. All righty. I'm going to do my thing here. Jumping in on first.
I know what you were asking. You're asking for them to unmute themselves, but it really sounded like a Jeb Bush, please clap.
Oh, God. Please laugh. Oh, you're right. That sounds so pathetic. Oh well. You know me. You love me. I love you back. You know it. All right. Moving on. Trademark wholesome round from friend of the show, Andrew Teedy, posted this caption. This still bothers me, from Tori, who says, so did anyone else go through a phase as a kid where you genuinely were concerned about the Bermuda Triangle? Question mark. 6-year-old me was like, bro, why are we not solving this problem? Absolutely. Friend of the show, Tim Laffey, says, America going out of business. All rights will be liquidated. So that was fun. Picture of going out of business sale. Hey, here's the wholesomest thing I got this week. It's a picture of a red ant standing on a branch, man. He's got 4 legs down and yeah, 2 up in the air, and in his pincers are 2 grapes. You gotta outmass him by like 100. They're huge. it's just he's just benching 100. I don't even know.
This is strangely beautiful too.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
Really fucking dope. Like, you go and, don't cheat your body. Love it. But also, God, what a fucking amazing picture.
Isn't that kooky crazy? Anyway, makes me happy, man. That ant's got balls. All right. Hey, here's an interesting one. You know what I really like? We should do a new category of the show called Groups I've Been Invited to That I Don't Even Understand. This one is suggested for me. It's dinosaurs against Christians who are against dinosaurs. It's got a picture of a T-Rex with a Ukrainian flag. I mean, I gotta admit, I got all kinds of feelings here. I don't know what that means, but there you go. All right, next up, we've got 9GAG, who posts from the life of sharks. We've got a couple pictures of some seals. And one of the seals swims up and says, hey, what's that? The other seal has clearly got a pineapple on his head. He says, it's my anti-hat shark. It's my anti-shark hat. And one of the sharks down below him in the second panel says, you want to fancy some seal? And he says, no, thanks. It's got pineapple on it. I didn't read it right, but that's a funny joke right there. 3 panel from friend of the show, Owen Anderson. Owen, I love you, baby. I miss you, man. He said he wishes he could tag about a dozen people in this 3-panel full color cartoon, clearly in a palette of LGBT Pride Month. We have the first panel where a girl is clutching her hands and sparkling and says, pride makes my bisexual heart sing. And then there's a shirtless male saying, bisexual, but you're married to a man. And bisexual girl slaps her hands together in the shape of a prayer and inhales. Yeah, man. And this thread got pretty wild. There are people that really don't understand basic words, or that words have actual meanings. Right. This next one's up here is Where True Love Is, and Ron Filipkowski reposts Dan Boingino, I can never remember, but he's a Fox host, and Dan Boingino is this alpha male wannabe who says, follow closely what the far left is up to, and then tell me with a straight face that evil isn't real. And Ron Filipkowski responds, wearing rainbows, reading books, hanging out at coffee shops. Right. Just follow where the far left is up to.
That's the problem.
I'm having a coffee and I've got some books right now.
Right.
And good times. All right, got about 6 more left before I hand it back over to Michael. Alana Di Mario says, I picked up my sons from school and stopped to get gas. I invited them out of the car to learn how to do it. Afterwards, the 11-year-old says, thanks for the life lesson, but I'll never drive a gas car. 13-year-old says, this is like that time you showed us how a payphone works. Freaking ouch. Friend of the show, Intersectional. And if you're not following Intersectional, you are missing out. Repost Cullen Swamp Trash Crawford at Hello Cullen, who says, who are you more angry at? The fire burning down your house, or the fireman who shows up and starts reading a poem outside? In reference to all of our Democratic, and I'm putting this in air quotes, leaders who showed up and read poems. Hey, thank you for your Service. Moving on. British friend Ron Klinko reposts picture of a 9mm, and instead of putting a clip in there, they're shoving in a Snickers bar. Says, when you're in the U.S. and you want to sneak food into the movies. 4 more. This is an interesting commentary from friend of the show, George Cruikshank. George, we miss you. Come back. He reposts a threads with Tilt That, saying, today I learned there's no physical description of Jesus in the Bible. And Voicel Official says, false, Luke 2:52. He is larger than a baby. Then Amateur Opinions comments, by the description of him driving the moneylenders from the temple, we can also tell that he fit inside a temple, which gives us an upper bound as well as a lower bound on his size. And Vera X Plus says, it's been said that Jesus was larger than a baby, but smaller than a temple. That was pretty deep. Sticking with the Bible verses here, we have a quote from Judges 21:25. In those days, there was no king over Israel, and everyone did what was right in his own eyes. And we see a Keurig, and the Keurig has a Papa John's garlic pod in the top. Woohoo! You know, man, I don't judge a lot of people's behavior, but that I'm judging. Garlic in a Keurig.
That would wreck. That would absolutely wreck a Keurig. You would never be able to use that piece of shit again.
You know, I'm looking really close on the word garlic there for like an asterisk. You know what I mean? Like, you know, surely that's, what's that little, maybe something in there. Something in there is giving them legal clearance for that, because garlic, really, is it? Second to last, now that Juneteenth is a federal holiday, maybe we should teach school children why. And finally closing it out with one of the best commentaries that I saw, we have Heinz tomato ketchup, and it's writing on the sidewalk, lock him up.
Nice.
Yeah. Ketchup. It's what's for dinner.
Ketchup. It's what's for dinner. I'm kicking off round 2. Kicking off round 2 is just a picture of a guy. And I don't know what the I don't know what the text used to say, but now it says, I don't really care if it's your birthday. It should be my birthday instead.
So dumb. It's so dumb.
Oh shit. It should be my birthday instead. Glow Fuck Yourself is back for the 3rd time in 2 rounds. And there's 4 pictures with a 5th picture superimposed over the bottom 2. The first picture says a Milano, and it's a picture of a Milano cookie. The next is a picture of a burrito, and it says a burrito. The third is a picture of Ray Romano, labeled Ray Romano. And the 4th is a picture of Al Pacino, labeled Al Pacino. But then superimposed over Ray and Al's picture is a picture of Kurt Cobain smiling and singing and kind of rocking out. And then you read the meme again, and this time to the tune of "It Smells Like Teen Spirit." A Milano, a burrito, Ray Romano, Al Pacino.
Well done.
Terrible. So fucking stupid. We love you, Glow Fuck Yourself. Mo at Chewy says, me, I'd invite you in, but my place is a mess. Friend, oh, that's okay. I don't mind. Me, the mess, though. Friend, don't be silly. Me, I don't want you in my house.
Points for honesty. Nice.
Rebecca Mix is inhaling via Totally Boy. Listen, at Mixbecca says, I just want a covered porch so I can sit outside in thunderstorms like an old lady with my coffee and mumble, we needed this. Okay, this was maybe my favorite theme this week. And it is
sorry, I
looks like a very, very old picture of one person. They're fighting, okay? And one person has a sword that's on the ground, and the other person has a sword up in the air. The person who has the sword on the ground, it looks like they have their face buried in the crotch of the other person who's still holding the sword.
Yeah.
And it says, it's labeled, brings a tongue to a knife fight. Respect. Trash can
Awesome.
Paul. Love you, Trash Can Paul. It has a picture of 3 people, and it says, do you smoke? The first is a woman, says no. Second is a guy smoking, and it says yes. And the third is a guy who just looks kind of disheveled and like a stoner, and it says, smoke what? And then the woman that says no, she's labeled non-smoker. The guy smoking, who says yes, is labeled cigarette smoker. And the stoner-looking guy is labeled guy that has beef brisket that'll be done in 12 hours. Fuck you,
Nice.
Trash Can Paul.
Nice.
Tony Stark apologist says, I cannot explain why, but jaywalking with strangers makes me feel like I'm part of something bigger than myself.
Nice.
Adam, the creator, needs us to see this. It's a picture of Jesus, but instead of looking like Jesus, he looks like a white fuckboy, and all of his disciples look like fuckboys too. And it says, the mid shall dead ass be bussin', and the simp shall slap. No cap on dad, for real. I think this is like if Jesus was a Zoomer.
Yeah.
This is a picture of a little, I don't know, a fucking demon-looking thing. I don't know what this is from. It looks like a vampire goblin.
Creepy doll.
And it says, yeah, creepy doll, like Chucky. Definitely one of the like later Chucky movies is what I'm guessing. Yeah. And it says, wow, staying up all night doesn't affect you? Me. Nope. Look at me, fresh as a daisy. This actually might be me. Okay, though. NeanAb3 at NeanAb3 is retweeting Doug Ducey, who says, I am proud that Arizona has been ranked the most pro-life state in the country. Here we will continue to cherish life and protect it in every way possible. And she says, your son made me take Plan B after we hooked up, but carry on.
Fuck yeah.
155,000 likes.
I hope that becomes
Aquarius
famous.
facts. I had some fun with Aquarius facts this week. And these are 4 Aquarius facts. This is a picture of like nature looking shit. And it says, first Aquarius fact is I'm an Aquarian. We get hurt by the smallest thing. We're lazy, but we still get shit done. Constant mood swings. And always listening to the same music. This is embarrassingly true.
Wow.
This is just a white picture with black like typewriter font, and it says, it's already tonight? What's next? Tomorrow? Fuck this.
Yep. Hell yeah.
And I think this is my last meme for this round. It is. This is an actual exchange between me and my friend. I sent the picture on Instagram. It says, Aquarius, I show my affection to my friends by gently bullying them. And my friend said, and sometimes not so gently, with like a laugh and a kiss. And you can see that I responded with, don't be a bitch.
Hilarious.
Further proving my friend right, of course. Back to you, Eric, for round 2.
All right. Only got a couple in this round, and we'll get into the delightful closing round, round 3, and our posts with the most here on Facebook for the Blind. This month, we have a post. It is, of course, Pride Month, and we have a post of all the logos and corporations that have all changed their logos rainbow. And it says nobody asking corporations during June, and they're all changing their logos to rainbow. But if you look closely, these are all some of the most evil corporations that have ever been known. The Umbrella Corporation, Our Business is Life Itself. OCP, Skynet, neural net-based artificial intelligence. And one of my favorites, Wyland Yutani Corp, Building Better Worlds. Also Aperture Laboratories. Mom's Friendly Robot Company. Just beautiful rainbow logos from the most evil corporations all over the place.
Yeah.
Lovely.
Awesome.
This one is one of the bigger stories that was going around. I don't know where Apocalypse Dust at Apocalypse Dust replies. I don't know where Clarence Thomas just went out to eat, but the server made a TikTok showing his whole ass credit card, front and back. And I said, okay, guys, doxing isn't funny, except this one.
Right.
And I love this particular tweet that went out from Squeak Foo at Squeak Foo about 14 hours ago. It said, the fact that Gen Z not only doxed the Supreme Court's addresses and credit cards, but they even vandalized their houses and bought a $2,000 Hatsune Miku figure off their cards makes me so proud of my generation.
Yeah, it was awesome.
Fabo. Andrew Shanklin, friend of the show. Andrew, we miss you. Did say, man, Dolly Mini is the real place everyone should be grinding right now. And he has put in Mystery Machine Chinese Communist, and it is the Scooby-Doo Mystery Machine, but with weird red commie writing on it. And it's kind of funny.
Sometimes it's just, one of them is just a guy talking in front of the Chinese flag.
But to be fair, that could come from a Scooby-Doo episode. They had everything. They really didn't.
Yeah, true.
Friend of the show, Jamie, says the vast majority of people walking away from Christianity in America are not rejecting the person and work of Jesus. They're rejecting faulty biblical interpretations that lead to bigotry, oppression, and marginalization. This rejection isn't unchristian. It is Christ-like. That is so funny.
Yeah, the problem is Christian is also just fucking synonymous with this kind of abuse and oppression. Yeah. So I'm a little bit resistant to the that's not Christian. You know what? Nothing's more Christian than the fucking Crusades. So I mean, and I'm saying this as a Christian minister. All right, we got to own our history here. I keep seeing these memes going around, and it's a congressman trying to copy off a member of the Taliban. Copying down policies, saying oh, these evangelical politicians are like the Taliban. No, that fucking Muslims don't actually outlaw abortion. This is actually just uniquely fucked up evangelical fundamentalist Christian. It can just be Christian. It's okay. It basically means fucked up at this point.
Yeah.
Rant over. Sorry.
Excellent. Yeah, I did see one that was going around a lot more than I was used to, and it said, "There is no hate like Christian love." I was like, oh,
good one. That's good one. Yeah.
Ouch. All right, I got just a couple more for this round. George Cruikshank, friend of the show, posted this one, which has a sign outside the Republican convention, and inside there are banners that say, "We want what's worst for everyone," and "We're just plain evil." And outside the Democratic Convention Center, it says, "We know we're complicit."
We're complicit.
I posted this with my political friends, and one of them was just like, and I go, "And it's The Simpsons." I mean, what do you mean, and? It's yeah, that's anyway. So, all right, got a couple more here I thought were pretty funny. Jake Shields, AJJ, not friend of the show, posts, "Why can't we have normal people like cops and firefighters read to kids instead of drag queens?" And the original poster, Andrew Fleischman, says, "I asked some cops to read to the kids, but they waited outside the door for an hour without checking to see if it was locked."
Nice.
And in the spirit of that, again, we have a child sitting by himself, staring at his lunchbox, sort of forlorn. And it says, "When it's career day at your school, but your dad's a cop and refuses to enter the building." Oh. Friend of the show, Katie posted that one. Remember Katie? Miss you, Katie. You're a lovely person.
Yeah, I love Katie.
And we'll close out with just maybe two more. I'll just tack on two more. A 3-panel from the Addams family. And Morticia is reading Morticia Adams? Anyway, Mrs. Adams is reading the seal on the family crest, and it says, "Our credo, sic gorgiamus allos subjectus nunc. We gladly feast on those who would subdue us." And then she turns to Uncle Fester and says, "Not just pretty words." And finally, Middle-Aged Riot, reposted by the other 98% posts. "I look forward to a time when the only news about Marjorie Taylor Greene is that she bit a prison guard." And back to you, Michael.
All right, kicking off round 3. Not that one. Starting off with "Go Fuck Yourself." You really are the MVP of my set this week.
Not to say.
And it's a picture of a kid with the old sock'em boppers, and
okay,
which are inflatable plastic that you wore like boxing gloves, but they were big pillow kind of things. I mean, not balloons almost, but just thicker.
I'd fight with them.
Pump up, and it's a really beach ball. Really, what it is like a beach ball. It's like having your hand inside a beach ball. And it's a picture, a still from the like OG commercial from the 90s, if anybody remembers that. And then you see at the top, it's labeled BDSM, but it's just me wrecking your shit with these bad boys.
That's tight. That's a tight one right there. Damn.
Here we have 3 pictures of Selena Gomez, and then in the first picture she's like with a red filter, the second is a yellow filter, and the third is like a green filter, and it says no one, and then traffic lights, and it's just these pictures: red Selena Gomez, yellow Selena Gomez, green Selena Gomez. And East says Selena Stop Mez, Selena Wait Mez, Selena Gomez.
Red,
Thanks,
yellow, green. That's hilarious. That's ridiculous.
Here we have a picture of a futon, except in place of a mattress, it's a Fig Newton, and it's very informative meme. It says futon is short for Fig Newton. Fucking stupid.
So dumb. Love it.
I like that one. I like that one.
Paul. Trash Can Paul, you're trash and you know it. We love you. If you're not following Trash Can Paul on Instagram, fucking get over there and do it.
Right.
Has a picture of 2 mice who are touching noses, and the mouse on the left is labeled Barber's Dick, and the mouse on the right is labeled My Shoulder.
Oh.
I don't know why you think of these things, Trash Can, but we're glad you do.
Yep.
Blow Fuck Yourself is back, and it says the only way my son will take a bottle. And then you see it's a picture of a bottle and the nipple has been pierced.
Oh, God.
Guessing a mom with a pierced nipple. Sarah Marion Seltzer says everyone compliments the jumpsuit when you wear it out. But when you get to the bathroom, it's just you and your choices. That's one for the ladies.
Yep.
Punk Black. Classy at Kill Classy. And by the way, Punk Black, friend of the show, we fucking love everything you're doing. Don't stop. Thanks for listening. Post Classy, who says the prophecy has been fulfilled. And we see that it is a 7-Eleven, and regular gas is priced $7.11. And diesel also priced $7.11.
Whoa.
7-Eleven at the 7-Eleven.
Wow.
Finally happened, everybody. We did it.
Something strange.
So fuck yourself. It's a picture of a cake that has been very crudely written on, and it says, "Thank you for helping cock block a threesome I didn't want. Sorry the police got involved." Listen, I don't know how that I don't know what went down, but I can tell you this needed a cake. This is one of those things that calls for a cake.
Nice.
I appreciated this. This was posted on Twitter. I don't know these people, but I sure am grateful for it. And it's a picture of an older lady, and she's wearing a tie-dyed shirt, and it says, "Trans rights are human rights." And they say, "I love you so fucking much. I support you in all you do." This is a text message. "I support you in all you do, and I will always support you in any way. Always, I promise you." And the person responded, "Thank you, Kimmy. I love you. I'm not trans, but this is a nice shirt." Salad Days is back. And they say new political movement just dropped. And we see like a WWF, sort of arena, and like one of the members in the crowd is shaking his fist and pointing his finger, and he's holding a sign that says pro-science, pro-choice, pro-wrestling. New political movement, everybody, get on board. My last one, I think
nice.
My last one for this round before my post with the most has a picture of Fox News Channel, but they've changed, and it's a picture of D-Day. And but they've changed obviously changed the chyron, and it says Antifa thugs ruin beach day. And then underneath it says Hannity tonight, Obama was a terrible president for wearing a tan suit. All right, back to you, Eric, for round 3.
One other story that I wanted to mention that I just thought was absolutely insane that we didn't get to touch on was Rudy Giuliani's stupid getting tapped on the back thing.
Oh shit! Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it really was so funny because like my post on it was just like, I mean, I don't even know, like slap is the wrong word. It's like it looked. I mean, the first 3 or 4 times that I watched it, and it was still funny. I was like, it really looked more like a 4 fingertips, kind of a brush, kind of a brushy thing there, And then the funniest part was Giuliani, just like every time he retold the story of this guy coming up and saying, "Hey, what's up, scumbag?" Like every time it got worse and bigger and huger, and how enormous this thing is. He felt like he'd been shot. It was absolutely hilarious. And one of the things that was pointed out was, if he had tapped Rudy and said, "Hey, you're doing a heck of a job there, Rudy," you know what I mean? Instead of what he did say, we wouldn't be having this conversation, because I mean, nobody gets charged with assault and flattery. Nicolette is a long way to go.
That was a bit of a walk, but I think you got us there. Yeah.
Nicolette Van Bergen posts, "I'm not a morning person or a night person. There are a few minutes in the afternoon where I'm decent, and that's about it."
Fair enough.
Yep, I agree. I concur. Had this one from friend of the show, Allie Lindsay, who says, "Wish I could put my titties up in a ponytail. It's hot as shit." Yeah. Totally can see that. Absolutely. One of my favorites that went around for the both Ferris Bueller and Star Trek fans out there was this picture of Cameron in Star Trek. Cameron from Ferris Bueller in Star Trek uniform saying, "He'll keep hailing me. He'll keep hailing me until I beam over. He'll make me feel guilty. Okay, I'll go." Be fans of a couple universes to make that funny, but I am, so it was. This next one is nope, not doing that one. This next one's a 2-panel, and at the top it says, "Vacuum robot eats sleeping woman's hair." And we have EMTs trying to remove one of those vacuum robots from a woman who is sleeping on the floor. Vacuum robot eats sleeping woman's hair, and then the bottom panel is the Terminator saying, "And so it begins," which I thought was pretty good. And then we have a post from Workers' Party of Massachusetts. And if you're not following the Workers' Party of Massachusetts, why are you even on the internet? I got a 2-panel of a woman in caption from some documentary saying, "I love America. I love the American lifestyle." And then a picture of her viewpoint from the car, and it's just all radio towers and traffic and the logos of Burger King, KFC, and a rest stop, and just traffic and brake lights. I love America. I love the American lifestyle. That's going to wrap up my round 3 till we get to our posts with the most.
I actually have some breaking news here. This is just now being reported.
Excellent.
Breaking news. A soft rock station in Vancouver has been playing "Killing in the Name of" by Rage Against the Machine for hours on a loop.
Oh.
And whenever someone calls in for a request, they deny it and replay the Rage song again.
Wow.
Turns out they've been doing this for over 10 hours now after 2 beloved morning show DJs were laid off. The most recent person to make a requested "Killing in the Name of" by Rage Against the Machine. And the host replied, "Stick around. I don't know when we'll be able to play it, but we will play it." And then immediately launched back into "Killing in the Name of" by Rage Against the Machine.
Hilarious.
So listen, to the petty motherfuckers in Vancouver, I want you to know I see you. I am flesh of your flesh, blood of your blood. You are my people. Keep it up. That's fucking punk rock.
Nice.
Moving in for my post with the most. All right. It all started with Senator John Cornyn, who retweeted Barack Obama. Barack Obama making the point that today the Supreme Court not only reversed nearly 50 years of precedent, but it also gave in to the whims of politicians and ideologues. Senator John Cornyn, a real senator, said, "Now do Plessy versus Ferguson and Brown versus Board of Education."
Yep.
Brown versus Board of Education, obviously the landmark case that made it illegal to segregate based on race or ethnicity, especially segregate in public schools.
Yeah.
The thing about this, and so then I went on a big rant on Twitter and Facebook and Instagram and anybody who would let me post about what this is. And what this is without a doubt, it's called dominionism. It is absolutely a fucking heresy, and it teaches that it essentially teaches that Christians should create a Christian theocracy. So it is impossible for Christianity to ever be compulsory. It ceases to be faith at that point. So this is disgusting. It has to be stopped. It is Christo-fascism at its worst, and it's what we're seeing come out of the Supreme Court of the United States. So with all that said, I wanted to break it up and just also show you this. This is a picture from January 6th insurrection, and it says, Proud Boys playing honky Kong. But I went back and I looked through my rant, and I found that this one turned out to be, this is a snapshot I took right after I posted it on Twitter, but it turned out to be the one that got me the most engagement this week. And I said, if you're celebrating the Supreme Court of the United States decision to overturn Roe v. Wade, if you're celebrating that, then it is not Jesus that you worship, it's Caesar. Do you think that Jesus came to violently enforce his ethics through the state? So did Judas. As you can imagine, lost some followers because of that one, but it's not wrong. This whole dominionist idea that Christians should enforce their beliefs through the state is so fucking weird. To say that you follow a man who was executed by the state.
Yep.
He didn't become the emperor of Rome, you dickheads. He permanently just made illegitimate the power of the state. That's the whole goddamn story. So I think this is the reason that, I only saw a few. It turns out my echo chamber has gotten pretty complete. I found that out this week. I didn't see hardly anybody celebrating Roe being overturned. Not on my timeline. But still, there were still a few left because I still had to get blocked by a few people. I found that out this week.
Fun. All right, getting into the final round with the post with the most, but I did want to do a callback because you brought up Chuck Norris. This one got a lot of traffic on the page. Chuck Norris action pants. And that's Chuck in some short shorts back when a pair of jean shorts cost $19.95. And he's kicking in cowboy boots.
I love everything about this picture.
I knew if I did not show you this, I would be remiss.
No, I'm gonna get a pair of scissors and make these shorts. I'll tell you that right now.
I was worried about it. Make sure to get them you don't want acid wash. Look at how blue those are. Those are very, 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 very dark blue. All right. Moving on to my post with the most. This one's from Tranny DeVito, who's posting @GirlDrawsGhosts. Says, being a millennial feels like living in a video game where each level you have to fight through a new era of history, but the boss is always just Ronald Reagan wearing a different hat. And I had to, of course, comment at a certain point with my favorite picture of sort of an Obi-Wan Kenobi sort of a looking thing, but he's got a button with a picture of Obi-Wan Kenobi sort of, and he's saying Saint Ronnie, and he's got a cartoon word bubble that says, they say revisionist history like it's a bad thing because it's Saint Ronnie. That is how the guy that had no idea what was going on.
Started good. They let us outside.
Okay. Basically the guy that sold drugs to terrorists in exchange for weapons, genius. And I also passed along this one that's been doing the rounds, a picture of a futuristic city with green and clean air. And it says, this could have been us, but our parents thought Reagan was cool. Womp, womp, womp. Oh, that has been my post with the most here on Facebook for the Blind for the week of June 29th, 2022.
We did it.
We did it.
Well, love you, George.
listening to an episode of Facebook for the Blind. Follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram.